Meghan Markle, she may have stepped down from royal duties more than 5 years ago, but she keeps taking aim at the monarchy. The Duchess of Sussex has made reportedly at least half a dozen swipes at the royal family this year, and it's only June.
Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to the Famous and Fearless channel. You ever watch someone burn every bridge they once proudly marched across? That's exactly what's happening to Meghan Markle right now. And the twist? It's unfolding in real time like a Hollywood drama, only this time, she's not the one holding the script. The 2025 BET Awards were supposed to be a night of glitz, glam, and harmless tributes. Instead, it turned into a public reckoning. It all started with Tyler Perry. Yes, the same Tyler who gave Meghan and Harry a mansion, a private jet, and paid for their security when they fled the royal family. That Tyler Perry got up on stage, smiled at the teleprompter, then went completely off script. You can't build a palace on unpaid bills. The room froze. It wasn't loud. It was calculated, surgical. No names were mentioned, but everyone knew who he was talking about. The gasp in the room was immediate, and online, social media detonated. It was as if the industry finally decided, enough. And that was just the beginning.
Back of your head. This gruesome twosome only survived by cashing in on what's left of their royal status now. I said it before, I'll say it again tonight. King Charles should strip them of all their remaining titles and cast them out from any connection to the royal family. How could any of them trust them as far as I could throw them? Because without it, they're just whining millennial windbags.
If we're going to use the word betrayal, it's because when I asked him, which is also a really key point in all this, they don't report the news, they create the news.
Hours of this Netflix series paint a very different, far uglier picture of this country and our royal family.
Tyler Perry wasn't just throwing shade, he was firing a warning shot. After years of publicly defending Meghan and Harry, flying them to safety, housing them, and footing the bill for their security, he snapped. And not in private, not in a press release, but on one of the biggest stages for Black Hollywood. Insiders say Perry's team had been urging him to draw boundaries for years. According to one source, they warned, "This isn't philanthropy anymore, it's charity without consent." And Tyler had finally reached his limit. The line was clear, generosity had turned into exploitation. He didn't say her name, but he didn't have to. Hollywood speaks in subtext, and everyone in that room spoke the language fluently. The fallout was immediate. Tabloids pounced. Think pieces were published within hours. Commentators dissected every syllable of his speech, framing it as a cultural turning point, not just for Meghan Markle, but for celebrity accountability. Perry's message was a signal to Hollywood that silence would no longer be the norm.
It's about an hour-long cab ride, never seen as grandchildren. This show is packed with the kind of spurious claims and hypocrisy that have become the Sussex signature. We learned they began making videos about their heroic journey 6 months before their Netflix deal was even announced, and right at the start of a pandemic that was killing.
But that wasn't the only betrayal. Just days later, another crack in Meghan's foundation emerged. Oprah. The same Oprah who gave Meghan that legendary interview in 2021. An interview that pulled in 17 million viewers and practically reshaped global opinion of the royal family.
Did it feel like betrayal when you found out your father was working with the tabloids?
I'm just trying to decide if I'm comfortable even talking about that.
Favorite little niece, Ashley. Meghan also sees she got no advice on royal protocol, forcing her to learn how to be a princess all on her own.
Joining this family, I knew that there was a protocol for how things were done. There's no class in some person who goes sit like...
Oprah Winfrey had gone silent. No calls, no statements, no public defense. According to sources at Harpo Productions, Oprah hasn't mentioned Meghan in months. She's ghosted. And if you know anything about Oprah's media strategy, silence isn't accidental. It's a strategic distancing. The same goes for her closest confidant, Gayle King, also radio silent. Their silence doesn't just speak volumes, it shapes public perception. When even the queen of media pulls back, the message is clear. This is no longer a story worth defending. One source said, if Oprah's walking away, it's already over.
We want privacy! We want privacy! All right, thanks for having us on the show.
It's so awesome to be here. It's great.
So let me start with you, sir. You've lived a life with the royal family, you've had everything handed to you, but you say your life has been hard, and now you've written all about it.
Within industry circles, there's a term that started circulating last year, the Markle risk factor. It sounds like a Wall Street warning label, but it's now Hollywood gospel. WME, CAA, UTA, 3 of the top agencies in Hollywood have reportedly distanced themselves. Too controversial, too unpredictable, too much baggage. Every deal seems to blow up. Every press campaign ends in backlash. No one wants to be the next brand to take the hit. She's become what insiders call uninsurable. And when a celebrity becomes too unpredictable to work with, the doors don't just close quietly, they slam shut. Executives now look at Meghan's name as a liability, not an asset. Brands want safe bets, and she's proven to be anything but.
Her creativity being stunted. She says that when, she first, and, as a result of the royal family, she says that when she became a mum, she would have thought that she'd be able to have a baby on her hip and give speeches, but then, the whole drama and the pain and everything that was caused by being part of the royal family.
The press show her wearing pretty much every colour in the rainbow. The show opens with the claim that the royal family declined to comment on the series. That's another lie. Palace says it received one email from an unknown company and attempts to verify it.
It started with a dream. Meghan and Harry would become media moguls. Netflix gave them $100 million. Spotify threw $20 million at their podcast project. And what came out of it? Pearl, the animated series, was axed before a single episode aired. Live to Lead dropped with barely a whisper. Archetypes started strong, but fizzled. Only 12 episodes. Then came the real fallout. Spotify execs didn't just end the deal, they scorched the earth. One exec called them effing grifters. That wasn't just criticism, that was industry language for betrayal. Her comeback plan? A new podcast teaser? Confessions of a Female Founder. It barely trended. Early focus groups described it as self-important, confusing, and lacking any real direction. There's no buzz left. Not in podcasts, not in documentaries, not in publishing. Netflix has reportedly begun reassessing all future projects involving the couple. Meetings have been quietly canceled, budget approvals revoked, and Meghan, once touted as Netflix's next big storyteller, is now seen as a missed opportunity. Turns out Oprah may have had second thoughts earlier than anyone realized. Sources close to Harpo say royal advisors quietly reached out before the 2021 interview even aired, warning Oprah that some of Meghan's claims didn't check out. At the time, Oprah dismissed the warnings. Now, she's pulling away fast. Even Oprah isn't willing to risk her brand on Meghan Markle anymore. Behind the scenes, Harpo staff have reportedly been instructed to avoid all new Meghan-related pitches. The fear that her narrative could implode, taking reputations with it. Oprah's silence now feels like damage control, an effort to separate herself before the story becomes toxic. Archewell Foundation's numbers are under a microscope. In 2024, Archewell reported nearly $3 million in administrative expenses. Almost no content was produced that year. Banking insiders reportedly flagged inflated consulting fees, suspicious expense patterns, and delayed reimbursements. One exec told Forbes, "She's brand rich but cash poor." Translation: looks good on paper, empty behind the curtain. Whispers say the IRS has been tipped off. No formal investigation yet, but experts say it's just a matter of time. The red flags are multiplying, vendors unpaid, expenses unverified. Even the accounting looks rushed, like someone knew scrutiny was coming. Charity experts point out that nonprofits operating in California face some of the strictest transparency laws in the country. If Archewell crosses the line, intentionally or not, the fallout won't just be public. It could be legal. Legal analysts are already using a dangerous term, self-dealing. That's when nonprofit funds are used for personal benefit, like stylists, high-end travel, media consultants with vague roles. Former contractors say they waited months for payment. One vendor reportedly threatened legal action just to get reimbursed. Another said payments froze whenever Meghan was facing bad press. That's not just mismanagement, that could be criminal. Documents reviewed by investigative journalists show repeated overlaps between Meghan's personal PR staff and Archewell-funded consultants. If proven true, it could lead to serious legal challenges. Multiple watchdog organizations are now tracking Archewell's activity. And nonprofit lawyers say this story could explode if a single whistleblower steps forward with receipts. Vanity Fair's Oscars party? Meghan was snubbed. Her team's calls to organizers? Ignored. Top studio executives? Not picking up. Hollywood works on trust and timing. Meghan burned both. Event organizers say they're done with her entourage's demands. Press blackouts, special entrances, guaranteed spotlight time. She wanted the royal treatment, but without the grace to match. It's not just events, it's brands too. One major fashion house reportedly canceled a planned ambassadorship days before launch. The reason? PR unpredictability. Even talent bookers are wary. Meghan's name no longer guarantees ratings. In fact, many fear it will invite controversy instead. Behind closed doors, it's chaos. Her PR firm now focuses exclusively on damage control. Staff turnover is high, morale is reportedly tanking, leaks are frequent and not flattering. Even Harry's presence doesn't help. Their appearances are dissected for awkwardness. Entire YouTube channels exist to break down their body language. The world isn't rooting for them anymore, it's waiting for the fall. One insider described the couple's offices as tense, defensive, and overwhelmed. Team members reportedly operate in silos, no one sharing information. Every decision goes through multiple PR filters. And still, the headlines keep getting worse. Some of the most loyal staffers are rumored to be planning exits, hoping to distance themselves before potential investigations begin. Media outlets have dropped coverage. People magazine killed a planned profile after editorial pushback. Too polarizing, not worth the backlash. Editors fear reader drop-off. Advertisers don't want to be associated. Her brand has gone from activist royal to cautionary tale. And in Hollywood, that's the kiss of death. Producers now reference her name in meetings as a warning. We don't want another Markle situation. Even her philanthropic efforts, once considered admirable, are now viewed with skepticism. Every project feels performative, every appearance feels scripted. The authenticity she once claimed to champion? Gone. Hollywood doesn't care about your titles. It cares about your trust. Meghan built her brand on breaking from the monarchy. She was the outsider, the disruptor, the feminist princess. But in trying to control the narrative, she lost it. No royal family to blame, no palace walls to protect her, no Oprah to reframe the story. She broke from the crown. And in doing so, she may have broken the one thing she couldn't afford to lose: her credibility. And in this town, once that's gone, so is everything. The silence that follows isn't just absence, it's erasure.